Welcome to the Further Light Podcast, presented by Wisconsin Freemasonry, helping you accomplish your Masonic goals through education and more light. And now, I present to you, Brother Napoleon Sneed-Janczak. What is charity? And are we a charity? Are Freemasons and the organizations a charity? This question has been asked for as long as I can remember, and some had said that Freemasonry was that very thing, a charity. This is Brother Napoleon Sneed-Janczak, and today, before I answer that question, let's deal with the first part of it. What is charity? The word charity comes from the old French word charité, which comes from the Latin word caritas. The word caritas was used in the Vulgate New Testament to translate the Greek word agape, which means love, but more specifically, Christian love. It should not surprise us to know that this word and its evolution can be found in earlier Christian texts. In those early days, it was used as a form or practice of showing love. Although largely understood to be an emotional trait, we put that kind of charity into practice by giving. What do we mean by giving? Well, time, talent, and treasure encompass the full scale of charity with regard to our humble craft. Now, these can be exclusive or in combination with each other, and we'll explain that later in this podcast. But back to the question, are we a charity? The simple answer to this is no. Freemasonry is not a charity. We are first a fraternity or a brotherhood that instructs us through symbols, rituals, and of course allegory to teach moral lessons in becoming better men. This is what distinguishes Freemasons from any other organization and actual charities. Now, although charity is taught through our ritual and various historical accounts of our fraternity's origins, stonemasons, guilds, etc., and I would implore you to see the Further Light Podcast, episode 93 for a better context, but charity is not our primary purpose. At our core, we are focused on moral and ethical development, personal growth, and, of course, brotherly love. In fact, in our ritual, we speak of relief. Both at opening and closing of a lodge, it's repeated often. Now, this is where we begin to distinguish the difference from simply being a charity to a fraternity that does charitable works. Charity is born of our tenet, relief, or Masonic relief. In ancient times, stonemasons formed guilds for many reasons, but relief was arguably the most important. As in some cases, the work they undertook, erecting large castles, cathedrals, and big stone structures, etc., could span generations, and naturally workers would become sick, aged, or just plain unable to complete the work in their professions, and some would die while they were doing that labor. In recognition of their service, they would be given relief in a variety of ways, and we still hold true to that concept to this very day. In Freemasonry, the term relief refers to the act of providing assistance or support to those in need, and started with the members first. Now, this important lesson in Masonry is taught upon your initiation and echoes throughout all of Freemasonry and every single one of its appendant bodies. In short, this is where we begin to learn about being charitable in our communities. What is charity and the act of giving? And we'll go back to the whole time, talent, and treasure, and we'll start with time. When someone is in need, your time can be the most valuable gift. Making calls to check on a brother or his family from time to time is an act of kindness and has no price tag. That being on, one specific example. But there are many with regard to volunteerism. Volunteering is the simplest form of charity as it relates directly to your valued time. It's immeasurable. Volunteering can take many forms, such as helping out at a food bank, assisting in community outreach programs, mentoring your brothers, or participating in cleanup events around your community. The time and energy dedicated to these activities can have a significant impact as if often, involves personal engagement with people in need and can create lasting, meaningful connections. This activity gives you the opportunity to learn and gain new skills with a little labor and conversation. You will build character within yourself and gain awareness of the community needs while fostering new relationships. Giving time is considered an essential aspect of Masonic charity. We are encouraged to not only provide financial assistance, but also dedicate our time and talents, if able, of course, to various charitable projects, whether for fellow Masons, local communities, or much bigger projects. By giving our time, Masons embody the principle of charity in a practical, hands-on way, contributing to the betterment of society as a whole. When we speak of our many talents, Freemasons come from all walks of life and diverse backgrounds. Each of us has a certain skill set to offer in service to others. We do our best in offering our talents to make our charitable events more robust, dynamic, and successful. Masonic education is a great example of talent, sharing, and helps with overall improvement while teaching others necessary skills in their charitable undertakings. An example of this can be by teaching cooking skills. Another can be by organizing events, creating and laying out artwork for an event flyer, lodge building projects, and so much more. Services offered from your professional perspective are the prime example of donating your talents. The most recognizable charitable giving, however, is the treasure aspect. This is the act of giving money and goods to aid in the assistance of those in need more directly. We do fundraisers and set initiatives for philanthropic work for our members and other organizations who classify themselves as charities. Grand Lodges typically set goals for charitable giving every year, and individual lodges also do the same. We believe that extending relief to others for a worthy cause is good for everyone. Our service to humanity is immeasurable, but it indeed is what distinguishes us from other organizations. Through Masonry, we teach and learn the importance of caring for our members and families. While teaching this lesson, we gain a greater understanding of the importance of being on the level, and secondarily, that we can help in many ways by being self-aware but also good stewards of our humble craft in everything that we do. One of the questions that I pose in each one of these charitable talks is, what does your lodge do for charity, or what do you do that's charitable within your own community or within your own family even? I want to thank you for joining me, Brother Napoleon Sneed-Janczak, and the whole Further Light team in your quest for more light in Masonry. Are you interested in learning more about Freemasonry in Wisconsin? Visit wisconsinmasons.org to learn more about Masonry and access further educational content and more light. Once again, that address is wimasons.org. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email us at education@wisconsinmasons.org. And thank you for listening.